Ha, the FedEx guy was just here. Look what he brought Gary. Simplex. Oh, the ground might be frozen, but we are still going to make an effort to get this out charged and try it today. Okay, so I've got new batteries in the F-Pulse. I think we're going to use that today. The Simplex was supposed to come with the Pulse Dive. I can't believe how tiny that box is. There's nothing else in here, so hopefully they've put the Pulse Dive in this box. Pulse Dive being Makro's pinpointer. We'll get this open and take a look. Oh, there it is. Pulse Dive right there. That looks like it's going to be an amazing pinpointer. It's pulse induction, just like our Fisher over here that we're already using. But it has this tip goes on the end, so you don't wear your pinpointer out. This was what they were giving away for free on Black Friday. $150 to buy this in Canada, and they included it in the package for Black Friday. So we've got a new detecting hat, which we'll wear this afternoon. A headset that comes with it. The green set, nice. I used to have the blue one with my Makro. John had problems with his blue headset. And there is the Simplex. You got to get it together and get it charged. I've got John dinging away in my pocket here saying, hurry up, get it charged. The ground is freezing as we speak, so I got to get a move on. I'm going to update this to the latest firmware, which is 2.78 as well. And we'll do some... I want to compare it. We're going to do some testing. I'm going to compare it directly to the Makro today because that's what John's going to have. And he'll find some targets for us. We'll swing this over and see what kind of, do we get the same target IDs? Does it read the same depth? I have tons of things planned that we can do with this Simplex. It's an 11-inch DD coil. It comes with the coil cover. They've actually got a really nice system. It's like a cam lock system. Quick slide for adjustability. The handle on this feels amazing. It just feels like a premium machine. It feels better than my $1,200 Makro did. The buttons feel really, it's hard to describe. They've got a real rubbery, nice sealed feel to them. And the handle just feels amazing. It's you can get that thing wet and the mud is going to wash right off of that. I can tell this feels like a premium machine, guys, for, $400. There's the Pulse Dive. We're not going to use that today, so I'm not going to charge that up, but it has a lithium battery, and it actually connects to the green headphones, and it'll send the audio signal directly to the headphones. So, I mean, for what I paid for this, I'm blown away, guys. Really blown away. Okay, so I'm meeting John in about an hour, but I've decided to stop here at my coin park and just do a bit of testing myself with the Simplex. I've got the headset paired, no problem. Same as the old Makro, just turn it on, go to Wi-Fi, click up to 1, and it connects automatically. No problem. Love these things. Easy. 2.4 gigahertz. Not Bluetooth, okay? We're not going to have the problems that we have with my Equinox. Now, what can I say about this machine here? Just from handling it, guys, it feels like a premium machine. Not to mention the fact that this company has released 3 or 4 updates to this machine, including raising the sensitivity levels for each of the different park modes, field, beach. Like they're making this machine better after they sold it to you. So that is pretty cool. We're gonna just swing it, and I'm gonna kind of cherry pick, try to find a good signal for my first item with this machine, hoping for a minimum of a coin, and we'll just see what the first item is we get. Okay, so I chose to dig that. The machine was telling me it was iron junk, but it did have a little bit of bouncing up to 70. It was like 4, 6, 70. So, iron cotter pin of some kind, a big old heavy one for machinery, maybe a tractor or something. My fears were totally unfounded. This machine is nowhere near as noisy as the Makro Kruzer. Now, does that mean I'm missing targets? I have no clue, guys. I've been swinging it for literally a minute. It's very quiet. I've got it bumped all the way up to the highest sensitivity, level 7, and 7 is the one that they added after the fact, so it gives you a little bit more depth, a little bit more power. But in terms of frequency noise, this thing is like half as noisy as the Makro was. I love it. They have literally thought of everything with this machine. When you put it on the ground to pinpoint a hole that you've dug, and the coil is up in the air like that, it makes all kinds of noise. Well, they've just added a mute function right here. You just push that button once and it turns off all the chatter. Turn it back on when you want to start detecting again. They have done, I love it, they've done so much. Second item, piece of old chain fence. It was bouncing between 64 up to 72, 73. Pretty bouncy. So the one thing I keep doing is turning the machine off. The pinpoint button is actually located on the side. On the Equinox, it's right in the center. Well, the center button on here is your power button. So 3 times now I went to pinpoint something and I've turned it off. But that's my issue, not the machine's. This thing has a vibrate mode on it. So if you're underwater or if you have hearing issues, you can use vibrate mode. It has a flashlight on the back, guys, so that you can dig at night. They have just thought of everything with this machine. I always gave props to the Makro as being a fantastic machine. And John bought mine. He's on his 3rd one now. He loves the Makro. I think this machine, for the price, is going to give the Makro a run for its money. And there it is! Our first coin, 3rd hole. And this is the ultimate reason why this is going to make a good backup machine. It will find Canadian coins, Canadian clad. So, $512 minus 5 cents. We're on our way to recovery, boys. We're on our way. This machine is a dig-all machine. So far, the VDI numbers on this machine have been bouncing all over the place. I have not dug a signal where it's been a solid 70, 80, or 90. I have yet to find a penny or I mean, that nickel was scratchy all over the place, 50, 60. So the VDI is not as stable as I would like, but it sounds great. It's pretty quiet. When I turn the pinpointer on, I've got to push that mute button. I've got to shut the volume off because this thing interferes with the Simplex like no other. It's crazy. So it's a good thing that they've put that mute button on there. I've got about 25 minutes left in this park before I've got to go meet John. I'm not going to dig a signal here unless I can get a 70, 80, or 90. I want to make sure that the machine is giving a good solid VDI for coins. Normally Gary would say try to avoid the VDI, but that's what I'm looking for, a solid VDI right now. Well, it was a solid 21. Come on, guys, give me a break. The first solid VDI I've seen on that machine. 21. Whatever that junk is a 21. Hey, an old gold post. Solid 68 for the soccer post. And I mean solid. Solid 72. 1945 Canada penny. So, it works pretty much like the Makro. 70s and 80s will be pennies. 90s will be quarters, loonies, I'm assuming. I haven't found any, obviously, but that's a good sign. Solid 72. Alright guys, I'm out of this noisy park. I've been here 45 minutes. The city employee across the park has gone over the same 10-foot patch about 9 times with the mower over there. He must be on an hourly rate. So we're out of here. Let's go meet John. Alright, so I'm at the new spot we're going to detect. I don't see John here yet. This is a high school that they shut down this year, but it was here probably 50, 60 years. So we could find anything here. Lots of junk. See, I wasn't sure if it was Nokta or if it was Makro that made the Simplex. Well, both names are on there, so I'm still not sure. Just in case you've been living under a rock, guys, I wanted to mention one more feature about the Simplex. It is 100% waterproof, okay? Up to 3 meters, 10 feet. Like, I just can't stress enough what you're getting for what you pay. I actually was going to pull the trigger on an ORX, okay? A Deus, but they make a gold hunting machine, the ORX. I couldn't do it because the machine was not waterproof. And it was still $1,000. You know, and I know something that lots of guys don't know. Lots of guys that have never tried a Makro. The Makro is fantastic. You will find coins down 12, 13, 14, 15 inches with the Makro. Can we do that with the Simplex? I don't know. As a budget machine, I would think probably no, but we're gonna try. Pretty sure this place is gonna be polluted with pennies. We're digging everything. Ah, the old schoolyard treasure. You never know what you're gonna find. I don't even know what that is. Plastic, metal, broken, something. Hey, ringing up 90. Thought I had a coin. As an advanced user, I have to say this is the simplest machine that I have picked up and used. Now, maybe because of my macro background, it's very simple, but I mean, the settings are very easy. You pick Park 1, pick Park 2, Field, Beach. Other than that, there's no adjusting of any settings other than sensitivity. Okay, everything is set up for you. And it can't get any simpler. All right, John's here. And I've already warned him we're gonna follow him in the macro around and watch him dig some treasure. We're gonna compare VDI on his machine to the Simplex. First hole, John said 68, and look what we're getting on the Simplex. I'm telling you guys, this Simplex is a dumbed down macro. That's all it is. It's a 3-tone macro. John's gonna find us one more target, and then we're gonna test them. What are you getting, 80? Penny? Okay, hold on, mark that spot. I'll be right there. Yeah. Yep, 79. He's getting 80, I'm getting 79. I'm telling you guys, this is a macro in disguise. Yeah, just a penny. Ew, gross. They're kind of frozen. Penny, penny, penny. That's what we've been digging for the last hour. I got something here. I don't know. It's brass. It looks old. It's heavy. But I don't know what it is. Coors cap. And that is why the Equinox is a better machine, guys. You'll never get a cap like that ring up like a coin. Bobby pin down there, 6 inches. So, I mean, there is no depth issue with the Simplex, that's for sure. Well, not a coin. Maybe an old button of some kind. All right, one quick final test as it's starting to get dark out here. I'm going to put it in cheater coin mode, which essentially means I'm going to discrim everything out all the way up to 70. And we are in Park 1, so that's a little slower recovery speed, but a little deeper, stronger signal. Now, the thing to note here too with the Simplex is when you block out one of these black bars at the top is equal to 5. So 0 to 5, so it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right? So you don't have an absolute control. You can't get rid of 70, 71, 72. You're getting rid of 70 to 75, etc. So again, it's just a dumbed down version of the macro. Look at that. I put the machine, we were standing there, I put it in coin cheater mode. We moved right here, and there's my first quarter of the day, ringing up 90. Not silver, just a regular clad quarter. Ew. But hey, 25 cents off the price of the Simplex. You guys know that I'm a cherry picker, right? I go for the good signals only, and that's why I love the Equinox. I don't like necessarily digging clad, but sometimes when you're in a school like this and you're going to be here for 4 or 5 hours, it's nice to come out with 12 bucks, right? Instead of just with the Equinox, it doesn't pick up any clad. So, you know, if I want to get some clad and clean it up and buy coffee or whatever, it's nice once in a while. Oh, coin cheater mode got fooled. There's an old buckle. Maybe from the 60s? Snowsuit, boots, I'm not sure.
There it is. Is that the same one?
Very similar, yeah, very similar. So really no point in using the cheater coin mode that I used to use with the macro, because this machine is actually pretty quiet. It's not as quiet as the Equinox, but hey, it's once in a while you get a little chirp here and there. It doesn't like my pinpointer, but we're going to solve that by using the pulse dive that it came with, and hopefully there shouldn't be any frequency interference there. So overall, guys, I'm super impressed with this Simplex. It's much more than just a backup machine. It really is. I told John he missed some dog shit over here. There's going to be a gold ring underneath that. Just you wait and see, buddy. Something weird. I don't know what that is. It's heavy. I have no idea what that is. We're going to do one more test real quick. We're going to walk away from the Simplex with my headset on, all the way over to John. Hey, John. Yeah? I want you to, do you know what this is? What? Well, I don't know. I'm asking you if you know what it is. It's heavy.
No clue.
I'm also testing my earphones. I want to see if they disconnect. Okay, so we're like, I don't know, let's go even further away from the machine. We're like 30 feet from the machine, and we'll see if they are still connected when we get back. No, they are not. Oh wait, I got it muted. Wait, false alarm. Yes, they are. Yes, I'm an idiot. I had it muted. So, okay, I don't know how far we can walk away with these 2.4, but man, I can't go 12 feet from the Equinox without the Bluetooth disconnecting. So this is much improved. I like this. This thing has definite benefits over the Equinox, believe it or not. Well, down there 14 inches was ringing up as 90. So I thought it was a coin somewhere in the first foot. Obviously it wasn't. This was all folded in on itself, but that just shows you there is lots of power here in the Simplex. Can hit things down there. I mean, it's a big item, but was dinging off on that like no problem. Well, I don't know what it is. It's got like a handle on it that moves, and it says Hungary. I have no idea what it is. So we've just been kicked off the school property. Some guy came along and he was just, you know, yelling. And I said, well, it's public property. It's private property. I said, we're not going to argue with you. We'll leave. It's getting dark anyway. It's the end of the day. And it's just polluted with pennies out here. So we're not finding anything good anyway. But this was a high school. It is public property. So, and here in Ontario, there are no laws against metal detecting. So anyway, guys, I'll show you the haul. A handful of pennies. I'll show you if John got anything good. Well, there's John's junk pile. He's got all his coins mixed in there. Says he's definitely found enough for a few coffees. There's my meager, a couple nickels, quarters. I didn't find a dime today. Lots of pennies. We've been detecting for 4 hours today, and as you can see, the battery has only come down 1 notch. I'm not sure how many hours we're supposed to get on the Simplex, but more than enough. All right, guys, that is it. I am done. First impressions of the Makro. It is a fantastic machine. I already knew that before I ever laid hands on it. People have been raving about this machine for a couple years now with good reason. So if you are new to metal detecting or you want to get into metal detecting, that is the machine that I would recommend. For the price, there is nothing out there on the market that comes close to what it offers. And as I showed you guys, John and I did a bunch of other tests that I didn't bother filming. Just different VDI numbers. Whatever his machine, $1,000 machine was showing, my machine was showing the same number. So, like I said, the Simplex is basically a slightly dumbed down version of the Makro. It's probably 85–90% of what the Makro is with less options. Just as much depth. You're going to find just as many coins with it at a third of the price. So that's my first impressions, guys. We'll try to get it out more this week. It's supposed to rain and everything's going to freeze. I don't know. This might be the end of the season, but if we can, we will get out more later this week. So stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next adventure.